At some point, almost everything goes on sale, except for Nintendo games. With many Black Friday deals starting today, I thought I would do a refresh of an older video I did where I talked about some of the tools I use while shopping in order to find the best prices and ensure that I'm actually getting a good product. What's up everyone, Caddac here, and today I'm going to show you 10 different tools that I personally use while shopping in order to find the best prices, ensure that the product I'm getting, the reviews on it are actually legit, finding coupons, and just in general trying to find some deals. If you end up finding anything in this video helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed. Without further ado, let's just hop it right into number one. So anybody that knows me knows that I use price trackers a lot, specifically CamelCamelCamel, which is an Amazon price tracker. Now you can use the extension, which is what I like to use, and if you go onto any Amazon page, you can click your extension and it'll show you the price history of that product over time. Now you can do all time, you can only do a year, what have you. You can set price reminders, which is one of the most useful tools. And it's actually how I saw today's deal that I just jumped on and purchased because it went to the price that I wanted to pay, which was just below $100. So that'll send me an email. It'll say, hey, this product that you have marked dropped below $100. There you go. If you want to see a lot more information, you can click on the graph. It'll bring you to the actual website. You can see a much more detailed graph. You can see certain dates, all that kind of stuff. You can update your price trackers. You do a lot of really cool information like that. And you can go ahead and search anything else. You can go to the main page and you can just paste or search for products in here. You can paste the link or search for the product directly. Now, there are other price trackers out there for other websites. I don't find them to be as consistent as CamelCamelCamel is with Amazon. And so I actually use Triple C, we'll call it, as my kind of resource for shopping anywhere else. So if I find something on Best Buy that's for sale, for example, I will check it on Amazon and then I'll look at the CamelCamelCamel history and see if it's dropped below that price. Now, one of the reasons why this is super important on big sales like Black Friday and Cyber Monday is a lot of companies will create a sale, and it's not really a sale. They will mark it up and then mark it down as a sale. So this will help you kind of weed a lot of those things out. You can see the price history, you can see what it normally retails for instead of the spiked version. Also, with the pandemic the last couple of years, a lot of companies have raised the prices of a lot of things or gouged the prices of a lot of things. And you can see that history, you can see that price trend. And as long as it is a common product, it'll have a very long history. Obviously, as long as it's been out for a while. And yeah, so CamelCamelCamel, hands down, the most useful tool in my arsenal. I use it all the time. I get emails every single day about certain products going on sales, and I highly suggest you try it out. Now, on the gaming side of things, you have IsThereAnyDeal. This is probably the greatest website in terms of PC game deals. I use it for everything. If anybody wants to buy a game or anybody's asking me where I can find a deal on a game, this is where I go. I'll go ahead and search it up in the title. So let's say I want to look for Forza Horizon, let's say 4, since it's a little bit older and it's more likely to have deals. You can go ahead, you can see all of the DLCs that are available. You can see right from the search page, you can see the historical low and the current best price. You get a lot of information here, and you'll end up getting a very detailed history depending on how many stores the game's available on. So Forza, probably a bad idea because it wasn't available on that many stores. But let's go back to the main page and let's do something like Borderlands 2. So once we get that, you can see all of the different stores that it's available on, their price cuts, their best price. It'll show the lowest all-time price at the top here, the current best price at the top, and you'll be able to see all the stores. It'll tell you if there's any vouchers or specific coupons that you can use while purchasing the game. It is super handy. And just like CamelCamelCamel, you can go ahead and you can create a price tracking where you can wait for a better price. You can set a specific price for it. You can set a specific percentage. And it's a really good way where if you want to be a patient person and, you know, maybe not get a game right away, but you want to wait for it to go on sale, this is a great way to do that. Now, for console gaming, Deku Deals is my go-to. There are a lot of console game price tracking websites. I personally really like Deku Deals, but there are a lot of options out there. I'll leave a link to a bunch of them in the description below. Deku Deals is great. They started off, I believe, just for Nintendo Switch, and then they added PlayStation and Xbox later on. But very similar to the way IsThereAnyDeal works. You go in there, you can choose your game. It'll show you all the retailers that it has available to you. It'll show you the current best prices, the lowest price of all time, and a price history graph. Super useful. You can do your price alerts just like you would anything else. It's super helpful. You can create an account, track all that kind of stuff. I use this one a lot because, as I mentioned before, Nintendo Switch games almost never go on sale, especially when they're from Nintendo, and I try to keep my eye on them just in case. Third on the list, PCPartPicker. Again, if you've known me for a while, you'll know that I really love PCPartPicker. It is a price tracker with a configurator built into it, which is an incredible tool. If you're trying to build a computer, it tells you about compatibility issues. I use it a lot when trying to find compatibility between coolers in certain cases because I find that's where I see a lot of the issues, and it's a lot harder for me to figure out when a certain cooler can fit in a certain case. But their price deals are amazing. They have a lot of tools. They have a price alert system just as they would have with anything else. So let's go to this Core i3 here. You can see all of the stores that it's available at. Its availability, they'll usually tell you if the shipping is free or if it costs a certain amount. You can set up your price alerts. You can set it as a favorite. Very, very handy tool. I use this one all the time. If you're planning on building a computer, I highly suggest you plan it out in the system builder first, and then go ahead and try to find your best prices here. When I first built my computer back in 2015, I used PCPartPicker, and I ended up saving myself about $400, which is a huge deal, especially at that time where I had just got my first full-time job. Super useful, and I highly suggest you check it out. Now, one that a lot of people do not use, but is a really good tool, again, for finding a product across multiple stores and trying to see where it's available, is actually Google Shopping. I don't use it all that much. I usually use it when I can't find something at my typical stores. I'll search up in Google, go to the shopping tab. It'll show you the item here, and it'll say compare pricing from 10 shops. You can go ahead and pull it up. It'll show you all of the pricing. You can find out which places it's available at. This is super helpful. I used it to find a lot of things at the beginning of the pandemic when everything was going out of stock. I was able to find certain stores for this. Very simple tool. It doesn't have the price tracking history that a lot of the other websites have, but this is a good starting point if you're just trying to find a particular store. And then you can use something like CamelCamelCamel to see the price history and see if you're willing to pay that price. Now, with retailers creating fake deals, a lot of them also create fake reviews, especially on websites like Amazon, on Best Buy with the third-party sellers, eBay, lots of those things. A lot of sellers will either promote fake reviews or they'll actually pay a company to go and leave a bunch of fake reviews. And FakeSpot is something that really helps alleviate that. You can go ahead and toss in any Amazon link into the description, or Best Buy, eBay, Sephora, Shopify, Walmart. It'll tell you the legitimacy of those reviews. You can also add this as an extension, and when you're browsing around on Amazon, it'll actually show you the rating as you go through the results. So for example, if we went and searched for microfiber cleaning cloths, you can see that it'll give me a rating at the top here, and that tells me FakeSpot's reliability score on the reviews. So if it's a C, they don't feel like it's a very reliable review. So we can go ahead and open this, and I can open up FakeSpot from up here once it loads, or we can go ahead and copy this link and paste it here and analyze it, and it'll tell me the ratings, and it'll tell me what their ratings mean. It'll adjust it to what it thinks it should be, and they'll tell me a lot of things as to why it gave me that rating, which is super helpful. There's a lot of shady products on Amazon or products that don't really work as advertised, and this is a really good way to weed those out, especially when you have tons and tons of options like these microfiber cleaning cloths where you have hundreds of pages of options. Now, Honey is another great tool. I typically only use Honey for coupon codes. When you're in certain stores and you go to checkout, Honey will pop up if you have the extension installed, and it'll tell you that it'll run through some coupons that it has in its system and see if any of them work. It's very hit or miss for me. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I do use it and I keep it on all the time. Just know that this is going to track your shopping history if you end up using it, and that's one of the things that you give up for trying to get these deals. So if you do care about your privacy in that way, I wouldn't suggest using Honey. But I personally really like using it for trying to find those coupons. You can also use it to get percentage off at certain stores where you get like kind of a kickback in their own currency, and then you can cash that out into cash. I don't really use that though. I really use it for the coupons. Highly suggested though. I have some very good experience with using Honey. On top of that, Honey has actually added their own price tracker onto things, so you can actually see an alert here. And if you have the extension, it'll show you a bunch of the pricing here. And if we open this up, it'll show me a price trend over time, which, you know, relatively helpful. I still prefer CamelCamelCamel for that kind of stuff, but they do a pretty good job. And if you only want to have one extension, this one can do it. Now, on the same kind of idea as Honey, if you don't mind a company tracking your shopping history, Rakuten, or however you want to pronounce it, is a very good idea if you want to, you know, participate in some kind of cashback program. Cashbacks can really add up and basically give you a discount on certain products. You know, if you're buying from a certain store, but there's a 12% cashback on top of a, you know, 20% off deal on that store, you can end up saving, you know, 32%, which is really nice. I don't use Rakuten too much, but when there are certain deals, especially with like Dell, some of the cashback things can really push a mediocre deal to an incredible deal. The cashback amounts change all the time. I don't use this one all too much, but usually when it's promoted somewhere else, like on Red Flag Deals, I will go ahead and check this out. Speaking of Red Flag Deals, forums are an incredible way to find deals. Things like Red Flag Deals, Reddit, there's subreddits for basically everything. There's a game deal subreddit. There's a build a PC sales subreddit for US. There's one for Canada for me. There might be one for your country. If you're elsewhere, there's probably one for the UK. There are, you know, Xbox game deal subreddits. There's PlayStation game deal subreddits. There's a subreddit for basically any kind of genre of product that you want to try to find a deal on. You'll likely find a subreddit for that, and forums for that as well. Red Flag Deals is pretty big up here in Canada. People use it quite a bit. I'll use it every once in a while. I won't use it too much, but I do keep my eye on it, especially when certain big ones come up or pricing errors and stuff. I usually try to hop on those. And finally, most importantly, my Discord. Now, I try to post deals in here often. Usually during the holidays, I end up posting a lot more. As you can see, I posted a whole bunch of these today and yesterday. I try to go through and post any very significant deals here. And then super notable ones, I'll also usually throw up on my Twitter as well. Now, anybody can post deals in here. So we have people in the past who have posted their own deals, and it's nice when people are sharing deals with each other. You know, maybe somebody notices something. I notice a lot of these because I have price trackers on them, and that notifies me. So it's a lot easier for me to find these deals. Someone might have a price tracker on something else that I don't, and they get the notification. They want to share it with the group. Fantastic. Awesome. Feel free to join the Discord if you would like to see deals or post deals, what have you. We have a specific channel for that, so feel free. Or again, check my Twitter. I'll try to post some very notable ones over the next couple days. And that's it. I tried to shorten the old video, kind of make it a little bit more interesting, show a little bit more updated things from before, although a lot of the content is the same. I personally haven't found any new innovative tools. A lot of these tools are great to me. I still use them all the time. I've used them throughout the last 2 years. I use them on the daily and they work out for me really, really well. I find a lot of good deals this way and I share those with others. So if you ended up finding anything in this video helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you like, subscribed. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, feel free to leave those down in the comment section below. They all really help out my videos and my channel. As discussed, I do have a Discord. Not the most active Discord in the world, but if you'd like to join and help improve that activity, you're more than welcome to. We have a deals channel. You're more than welcome to post in there. I also do giveaways in there every once in a while. Once I have something to give away, like a game code or what have you, I'll try to do more and more of them. The more activity there is in the actual Discord. Thanks again for watching the end of the video. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you next Friday.